Bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. Hello? Hello? What's up, everyone? All right. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's switch over to live chat so we get everybody. Missy Misses first. Heidi. I don't think I've seen you before. Hello. She's second. Kevin. Third. John Q. Public. Demand Your Health, Chris White, Alex, Joseph Craney, Sharoni Macaroni, Miss Mia Lynn, About to Get Spicy, Linda, Jules, OG, Scotty Morris, Alabama Camera, Downey Transparent Eye, Sab Crazy, John Tenicola, Ouija Cam, Brendan O, Sheep Show, Vitor Manuel Goncalves, Val Brooks, Melissa S., Donna Holland. I'm just going to say hi to the women. That's all that matters. Sorry, guys. You get it, though. Carrie K. DNA Handshake, Michael Brothers, Craigslist. All right. So, total insanity. I don't know if you guys heard this story. The breaking news. So, I'm going to read the official statement here. Oh, man. So 17 injured, including 10 LAPD officers, in detonation of illegal fireworks seized in South Los Angeles. So we can show some Twitter feed stuff, but we're not going to show any copyrighted stuff. Officials on Thursday are investigating what went wrong and what was meant to be a controlled detonation of fireworks by the LAPD ended in a major explosion that injured 17 people in a South Los Angeles neighborhood. The blast came around 7:30 p.m. in the 700 block of East 27th Street, where police had spent the day seizing a large cache. Remember, it's cache, not cache. A cache of fireworks from a home. They came across about 40 homemade, quote, Coke can sized, close quote, devices with powder and fuses on them and 200 smaller similar devices. The bomb squad determined them to be, quote, very volatile, close quote. Quote, that's why it was decided to really blow that stuff up here in place in a controlled manner, close quote, said LAPD Lieutenant Raul Yovel said Thursday during a news briefing. The crew loaded what is believed to be less than 10 pounds of the destructive material onto a commercial-grade semi-truck with an iron chamber with a venting system. What came next was, quote, completely unexpected, close quote. Quote, during that controlled detonation, comma, we had a catastrophic failure of one of our trucks, close quote. So let's switch over here. Hold on. Get ready. You guys have no idea what you're about to witness. Where the fuck am I? Oh, there I am. All right, let's share. Okay. So here we go, kids. Are you ready? Can everybody see that? So this is the LAPD flatbed 18-wheeler, or not 18-wheeler, but that is an 18-wheeler cab. This is pretty much looks like, doesn't that look like Little Boy? Wasn't that one of the first atomic devices dropped on Hiroshima or Nagasaki? You guys ready for it? Here it comes. Boom. Truck completely destroyed. So much for that iron container. Blew up cars in the neighborhood. Sent a lot of people to the hospital, including cops. There was a 1-ton lid on this device that landed 2 blocks away. We'll watch this a couple of times. Let me switch over here. All right, there we go. All right, so let's shrink that down. So no, we don't want to see that. So here's people. Okay, the level of trolling on Twitter is unbelievable. So the LAPD, so they arrested a guy, and there were about, I think, 5,000 pounds of boxed fireworks that he brought in from out of state that were on pallets. The LAPD spent the afternoon yesterday loading those pallets onto trucks to take them off site. However, there was a small volume of these homemade improvised explosive devices, which look like mortars for fireworks, so that the bomb squad deemed too unstable to transport. Now, this reminds me as a kid watching Bugs Bunny. And if everybody remembers, I always thought nitroglycerin was going to be a far greater threat in my life. If you remember, you can't move nitroglycerin. If you move it around, it is so unstable that it can explode. So apparently that was the case here. Here somebody wrote, maybe if they left them alone, those fireworks could have gone off individually. But thanks to the nosy LAPD, they decided to detonate them all at once, nuclear bomb style. How many pounds of fireworks did they think was supposed to handle? And how many did they put in? I'd say they packed at least 3 times the rated limit in that disposal pod for it to be disintegrated like this. This almost, and somebody wrote in the comment on one of the Twitter comments here, they said, hey, Chief, we need some new bomb squad equipment. This one's kind of outdated. And I mean, what do we do with it? And then they're like, the chief was like, hold on, I've got a great idea. All right. Oh my God. Twitter is the fucking great. So illegal fireworks distributors seem to have more qualifications on how to handle explosives than an over-budgeted LAPD. LAPD's entire purpose is to appease rich people. YT, I don't know what YT stands for. Rich people through theatrical strong arming of BIPOC communities, people of color, that kind of incentive structure won't be quality. Someone just lost their pension. Another. All right, so let's see. Let's try to get another angle here. Here we go. You guys ready? Here's a ground shot. Ready for this? You were there, Simple? Let's watch that again. You can't see it? All right, hold on. Sorry. I didn't share the right screen. I'm a douchebag. Everybody knows that. All right, share screen. Sorry. Thank you, Belle. All right, let's try it again. I'm a douche. You guys ready? Denise Lynn, you're fucking banned. Somebody ban Denise Lynn, please. Whatever mod bans Denise Lynn, I'll PayPal $50. But I'm your favorite douchebag, Wobbly. You're welcome. Okay. All right. Yeah, I should be. I'm watching my phone here as a monitor here, so to see what's actually going to you guys. Okay, so here is a ground level shot. LAPD bomb squad with their little fucking horseshit logo of like what kind of fucking heroes they are. Ready? Here we go. Boom. Whoopsie. All right. All right, let's see what Chief Michael Moore. All right, hold on.
Give you a basic outline of what we know right now. The information that we have is obviously very preliminary and subject to change as this investigation unfolds. I'll talk about the original source of this call, what our investigation has done, what the disposal of what was described as more than 5,000 pounds of firework material, what the resulting damage and injuries were. Chief Terrazas will talk to a greater extent of the injuries that were sustained by our personnel, as well as by some innocent civilians in the area, and then the path forward. I want to thank Councilmember Price for being here as well, representing this district and standing tall to ensure that the housing and recovery of this neighborhood is efficient and meets the needs of all the residents here in this district. So
thank you, BC Paul News, John Q. Public.
About 8:40 in the morning, Newton patrol officers received a radio call of fireworks being stored or kept in a private residence in the 700 block of East 27th Street.
All right, come on, dude.
And required a further analysis and understanding of what dangers they posed. That investigation, following established protocols, involved X-raying of the material, as well as sampling by cutting through use of robotics the material to determine its contents. Following the established protocols, they then transfer that material into a total containment vehicle. Now
No, it wasn't total containment. It was partial containment. It's like someone saying that, a stun gun is non-lethal. No, it's less than lethal.
A semi-truck, multi-ton, commercial grade transport that within it is an iron chamber that is meant to house explosive material that can be safely detonated. And
here's my question. There has to be guys that were over in Iraq and Afghanistan that were bomb disposal guys that are absolute experts in the fucking field. What the fuck? How? You know that there's got to be military level guys working on the LAPD. How can you be this wrong on a detonation? Also, has a detonation like this gone so poorly ever in the United States or in the world? I've never seen anything like this whatsoever. When I saw this video, I was like, get the fuck, like, I could not even believe my eyes when I saw this video. I'm spitting popcorn all over the place. Let me put a mask on.
Pressure vented in a manner that renders that material safe. The total charge or group of this improvised explosives was less than 10 pounds.
10 pounds did this? How many people are calling bullshit?
Is our investigation to this point. That the rating is my
look at that guy's car.
Understanding of that vessel as a standard rating of 15 pounds of material with an outer containment shell of 18 pounds. So by this description,
exactly,
by
Johnny
their
Gerhard.
estimation, this vessel should have been able to safely dispose of that material. In addition, safety protocols established put a 300-foot boundary behind that vessel, as well as an evacuation on both sides of the north and south sides of 27th Street of the residents that were inside. Those locations were door knocked, as well as an extended standoff here on San Pedro to the west curb. At approximately
Jules OG, thank you. 10 pounds contained made a bigger bomb. Bell for Freedom brought this point up, and she was talking about the laws of physics. If you blow up 10 pounds worth of explosives, you have 10 pounds. When you put it under a fucking pressure cooker and then explode it, you've now created a fucking pipe bomb that blew up the fucking neighborhood.
6:40 tonight, that device, those items were detonated, and you saw the resulting damage and the total catastrophic failure
Cops
of that
exactly,
containment vehicle. The damage that we saw resulted not only in the physical damage to some houses, breaking largely of glass.
How many LAPD you think are going to go on paid leave for emotional distress?
We have no structural damage. We have gas and utilities are in place. But what more concerning was the injuries to the civilians and officers.
Yeah, they consulted the Unabomber. Exactly, David Allen.
Officers that were there. Our total numbers at this point, it's approximately 17 personnel. 10 of those are first responders, being police and an ATF agent. And the remaining 7 are civilians, community members. The range of injuries with them.
Dark Wolf, I sent you a message where a cop was about to shoot a dog on this scene. Of course. I didn't see that yet. Thank you. Why wouldn't they? And if you know, when you live in South LA, you have pit bulls and protective dogs because it's a fucking shitty neighborhood. Some motherfuckers don't hop your fence.
I'm thankful and grateful are non-life threatening. Chief Terrazas will provide more details than that in regards to the extent of those injuries.
Exactly, Kat.
Officers in the immediate aftermath of that explosion began going to.
Did you see that German Shepherd running around there? I don't know if that's the dog in question. On the right frame here.
In regards to the extent of those injuries. Officers in the immediate aftermath
look at can you imagine the fucking trauma of the fucking pets in the fucking neighborhood too that are like, what the fuck just happened? That dog was right across the street.
Began going.
Every fucking window in the fucking cars parked in that house are blown out.
Going to ensure that there was no other casualties. People were found, though, to come out of residents that were previously believed.
Bell for Freedom. They put all the bomb materials into a container and then exploded the now bomb in a neighborhood without evacuating enough in the area, enough to injure civilians and other officers. This is such a colossal fuck up.
Evacuated or that no one was there. But they then did an extensive search going through the homes of any home that was damaged, any type of window breakage or otherwise, to ensure no one else was inside.
So that means what? Exigent circumstances that they were able to kick in doors of the neighborhood saying, is anybody in here? Is everybody safe? Oh, wow, look, marijuana plants.
And we are satisfied as we stand here now that we have no further victims and no one else that's been undiscovered.
Victory.
The path going forward. The criminal investigation.
Citizens came out with ear bleeds. Yeah.
Against a 27-year-old man who was a resident of this location.
I love how they're putting all of this on the guy that fucking transported this material into here. You know what I mean? Why not just ship? But listen, absolutely, he's the guy that brought it in. But you guys are fucking experts on what? Shut up, man.
He has been arrested. His name is Arturo. His last name spelling is Cejas. Cejas. Male Hispanic, 27 years of age. I will not go into the details of his statements to us other than to say that we understand that this explosive material was acquired out of state and transported here.
Jenna says, ding, 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 ding. The 27-year-old got it in without blowing up his truck. He brought it in from out of state. So I guarantee you, which the only thing is that means Nevada or fucking Arizona. I guarantee you, those are the only two states anybody from Southern California is going to. You're not going up to Oregon. You're not going to New Mexico. Maybe they did. I don't know. But you're going to Nevada or fucking Arizona. So that guy drove at least 5 hours to Las Vegas. The border is about 4.5 hours from Los Angeles on the freeway at 80 miles an hour, or to get to somewhere in Arizona, which is 6 to 8 hours.
For the purposes of reselling it to community members and neighbors for use during this 4th of July holiday. He has been charged with 18715A of the Penal Code for possession of a destructive.
Miguel, so the police department turned fireworks into a bomb. Seems like the fireworks were better off with Arturo than these experts.
Device. The bail on that charge is $500,000. In addition, he had a brother inside the location.
Fuck Wisconsin, John Sawyer.
Who's a 10-year-old. So the department will be pursuing child endangering charges against him for the real risks, the dangers he posed by the storage of this material.
No, you idiot.
In this residential setting. We've also contacted the Department of Children and Family Services, and they're conducting an evaluation.
Of course, his kids get to go into the child trafficking system. So,
relative to this circumstance. In addition to the criminal investigation of his actions, the department, working with the ATF, will determine and pursue prosecution of how these supplies resulted here in this neighborhood. So let's dodge all of our responsibility on our fucking experts and let's put all of the blame. Listen, I understand this is a legitimate arrest. I'm not saying this guy isn't fucking guilty, but this fucking cop-splaining horseshit of this is all on this guy, I understand. This is sort of like, I don't know if you guys ever remember this. This was a horrific fucking scene, and it's still online somewhere. This was probably 30 years ago, 92, 93-ish. I believe maybe it was 10 or 15. I don't know. There was a high-speed chase in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And so in the lower orbit were the police and sheriff's department helicopters. And then in the upper orbits were hovering the news choppers following it. And there were two news choppers that collided live on air, and you can hear the pilot fucking screaming as he's free falling and fucking dying. It is one of the most disturbing videos and audio that you'll ever fucking witness. They charged the guy on the ground who had the police chase. They charged him with murder. So I understand that guy caused a scene, and I'm not saying that they shouldn't charge the guy with murder, but at what point are you not going to charge? At what point are you not going to look into
Who fucked up? Was it an air traffic controller? Somebody fucked up with the helicopters and giving them clearance to move and fucking collide. Okay, so this whole thing of let's blame the bad guy. He's already guilty. He's already, nobody likes him already. You know what I mean? We're the cop. We're the police. We're heroes, man. We're heroes. We didn't do anything bad here. I mean, neighborhood, it's a fucking crater in the neighborhood, but
that individual, but who supplied him with this amount of fireworks and these improvised devices?
Look at all the glasses broken out of all of those cars.
Secondly, tonight, every effort of the men and women of the Los Angeles Police Department, joined by LA Fire and ATF, during the course of today.
Those of you coming in late, LAPD found a cache of fireworks in South LA. They put 10 pounds worth of improvised explosive devices that were too dangerous to transport, even though they were just transported from out of state. They put them in this bomb disposal unit on the back of an 18-wheeler and blew up the entire fucking neighborhood.
Was to render this situation safe. And clearly, protocols were followed and pursued. But something happened in that containment vehicle that should not have happened. And we don't know why. But we intend to find out why.
Who supplied him with the fireworks? You can buy as much as you want in other states. Exactly. They're legal. I think they're talking about the improvised, the dangerous ones. So
I've asked, and Special Agent in Charge, Monique Villegas of
Jules,
the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Regional Director for Southern California. We spoke earlier tonight, and the National Response Team is responding from ATF to this city, and will assist us both in the criminal investigation as well as the technical review of the steps and actions taken by our bomb explosive division personnel.
Somebody's getting fired,
and
both literally and figuratively. The real quell for freedom, the real question, why weren't the bomb squad smart enough to know that it was a possibility and do everything in their protocol to protect the neighborhood and civilians before blowing up the bomb? But if you listen, Bell, he said that it was 10 pounds of explosives, that iron fucking thing was rated to 15 pounds, and that they had cleared a 300-foot radius. How many people think there's something really, really fishy here, and maybe this is just LAPD trying to increase their budget, saying this is what happens when we get defunded?
And in this effort to identify what was either missed or...
Oh, the mayor is on Twitter saying he supports the LAPD 100%. We're going to look into this. I'm going to get to that in a minute.
The equipment standards, or what we can do to avoid this type of circumstance from ever happening again. Safety of our personnel.
That's right. That's right. Say it again.
The public ever happening again.
No, say your priorities. Here it comes. Ready for the priorities for the Chief of Police, Michael Moore?
And safety of our personnel. This type of circumstance from ever happening again. Safety of our personnel.
Number one, LAPD has to take care of their own. Oh, and then, yeah, we want to be sure that the public's safe too. I mean, that's kind of secondary.
And the public are clearly the most overarching concerns. Now, I'll close before I ask Chief Terrazas to come up.
So here it is again from the air. Different view. Boom. So there was a 1-ton lid on this submarine, for lack of a better term, the fucking iron container. There was a 1-ton lid that landed 2 blocks away. Look at that. Listen, I think that'll buff right out, though. I don't know. What do you guys think? The trash cans are still standing over there. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Here's the cop. Here's the cop. Look. All right, hold on. So look here. Look at this. That's the German Shepherd that just been fucking shell shocked. Watch the cop draw his gun. Look at that. Fucking, you know what? Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here. You're going to start shooting dogs in the fucking neighborhood that are completely fucking traumatized from your fucking amateur ass. Get the fuck out of here. Let's watch that again. What a fucking asshole. Go fuck yourself. You can't handle a fucking dog, dude. Go fuck yourself, dude. So the fucking entire house is blown out. The windows are blown out in the house. There's a fucking German Shepherd that was in the fucking yard probably that doesn't know what the fuck. The German Shepherd needs fucking medical fucking treatment. Yet a dog runs up to you and you're going to fucking pull a gun on it and get... This job is for the brave, pussy. Step aside. Was that the clip? I'm guessing that was the clip. Whoever said that they sent me. Yeah, the dog was on his own property too. Cop was trespass. What? Earth is a prison planet. Okay, I'm gonna go. America is a failed state. I don't know if anybody agrees with me on that. I don't know how much more proof that we need that America is a failed state. I love America, don't get me wrong. It's a failed state. I watched a video of a man rob a smoke store, like a tobacco and cigarette and cigar store, at gunpoint. Surveillance video. The owner was there. He handed him all of the money out of the cash drawer. The guy looked at it and he goes, "This isn't enough." He hands it back to the owner and he says, "This isn't going to be enough to cover my daughter's kidney transplant. I'm sorry." When your fucking healthcare system is GoFundMe.com, when your burial or cremation service is GoFundMe.com, when your burial service is kids sitting at the intersection of Sepulveda and Sherman Way with fucking posters of a kid that fucking died, and they're looking for collections to bury the fucking kid, you're living in a fucking failed state. Sorry. I watched a bunch of Europeans and people from the UK reacting to healthcare in the United States. And they were appalled. I had a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, she was hiking. I think she was hiking over at Topanga in the 118, and she got bit by a rattlesnake. She was there with a male friend, a big guy. He physically carried her out of the hiking area so that she didn't exert. She didn't pump her blood and get her heart rate racing and to pump the poison throughout her system faster than it needed to. Guess how much her hospital bill was for a rattlesnake bite in US dollars. And I want to hear from our out of the country people first. Ogre Smoker and Maskilla. Over $500,000, $500,000 of medical care for a rattlesnake bite. Don't get me wrong. She needed some fucking serious shit going on. $500,000. I'm sure I could pull it up. Big Rooster, when I was stabbed, it cost over 500 grand. Yeah, can we do slow mode? Let me see if I can't do slow mode on here. I don't know if I... I don't know, Belle, are you able to... Settings... yeah, I don't see it here. I don't know. Thank you, Belle. So, all right, let's click back over here. Come on. There we go. Jamie Penn says on Twitter, in the ongoing contest for who is more dangerous between the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department and the LAPD, let's consider the following. This ought to be good. We can either continue paying for incompetence or demand something better. We ultimately decide. Yeah, wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. So there were people from the EU that were watching American healthcare system. And there was, I think it was a British guy. And he looked into the camera and he said, I'm not trying to be cheeky. I'm not trying to be funny here. But can somebody tell me what a copay is? I honestly do not know what that term means, a copay. A friend of mine has good insurance. He's got a 14-year-old. 14-year-old needs braces. He needs 2 teeth extracted. He's got full coverage on the kid, dental and eye insurance on the kid. And you know what the insurance company said? It's going to be $1,000 for these 2 extractions total, $500 per tooth, because you have a kids plan and these are adult teeth and we're not going to cover adult teeth. So pay out $1,000. So here's here's a shot of some of the fireworks. I think these are the mortars in question that were volatile. Now, listen, I don't know. I am not a bomb expert, but wouldn't you try exploding one rather than 10 pounds worth. Each one of those looks like it's probably 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 pounds. I don't know. Wouldn't you try one just as a benchmark? Oh, these are absolutely fireworks, dude. You got to come to LA, dude. Renee, coming to a city near you. Cops blowing up cities. Yeah. Snakes and sparklers. Fewer people would have been injured if these fireworks weren't seized. Yeah, you got to go on Twitter. Twitter is just, I've never seen trolling. Oh my God. Look at this fucking view. I don't even know if this person's still alive. I thought they cleared everybody out within 300 feet. One more time for those of you coming in late. The bomb squad brings a dedicated bomb detonation container and it blows up. Here's.
So today, just after noon, there was an anonymous call made regarding some fireworks at a residence here on 27th Street. Newton area officers responded. When they met with the individuals in the house, they were given permission to go to the backyard. When they went to the backyard, they saw a large quantity of fireworks. The bomb squad was requested. They're here now. They're taking those fireworks, over 5,000 pounds worth of fireworks, and they'll remove them to a storage location. There is also a small amount of unstable, improvised, explosive type fireworks. Those are too unstable to move. They'll be blown up here at scene. There's one adult in custody, and he'll be booked for the fireworks and for child endangerment. So today, just after noon, there was an anonymous call made regarding.
Oh my gosh. The windows just got busted out. Oh my gosh.
Look at that cop trying to protect all the fucking journalists. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Right, like the journalists are gonna go running onto the fucking. Oh, let's get a better shot.
The windows just got busted out. Oh my gosh.
Also, where are my grammar Nazis? I heard the police, not police. I heard the news, a newscaster say, and this person also said that the windows were busted out. Now, is that proper English? Actual question. I've never heard that. That always seemed like very informal English and not necessarily proper. I'm not saying it's like a double negative, but it's close. the windows were busted out versus the windows were broken out. I will stand corrected if it's a proper grammar. Brokening, bursted. Hawk fan, they're saying that it was too unstable to transport. That's why they had to blow it up. Miss Mia Lynn's got my back. She said it's not proper. Broken out or blown out. Thank you, Das Ramer. No, it's uneducated. Yeah, it just sounds. It's like when people, and I'm not. If you use this terminology, I'm not knocking you. But when people are like, oh, I seen it happen yesterday. Where listen, and I understand if you're just trying to be a little not, you don't want to walk around like trying to be singing the Queen's English, but for when you're a fucking newscaster to say the windows were busted out. This guy is fantastic. The People's City Council, Los Angeles. Okay, here's the mayor of LA. I've directed, this is Eric Garcetti. I've directed the LAPD to conduct a full investigation into this incident so we can better understand why this happened. Illegal fireworks pose a great danger and can cost lives. We will prosecute those who possess or use them to the fullest extent of the law. Oh, I hope that includes the police that blew up the fucking neighborhood. How about we prosecute the cops responsible for the actual explosion that injured 9+ people? No, do not put the neighborhood explosion off on the criminal that had the fireworks store to begin with. That is separate from the idiotic decision to detonate them in the neighborhood. Investigate who made that decision. The city is about to be sued. This is negligence. She gets a heart. Great. The police are going to investigate their own negligence. I'm sure that'll be really productive. LAPD chose to designate in a neighborhood. Who made that call? Name names. You should prosecute the cops who detonated a massive bomb in a residential neighborhood. This guy is replying to the mayor saying, this is code speak for, quote, I'm going to assist the LAPD in covering up this debacle and making sure no one in government is held responsible because it'll make me look bad, close quote. In a tweet, LAPD said, quote, unknown at this time what caused an explosion, close quote. However, reporters on scene said immediately before the explosion, officers moved them away from the vehicle and yelled, fire the hole, multiple times. Oh, is this where they blamed it on the 18th Street gang? This is fantastic. This is a fantastic tweet. Jessica O. More than 5,000 pounds of illegal fireworks seized from a home in South LA. Thank you, Johnny F. Face. By combining explosive LAPD created. Exactly. LAPD created. More than 5,000 pounds of illegal fireworks seized from a home in South LA. The bomb squad is now hauling them away by truckload. Some of these fireworks are about to be safely detonated on scene at Fox LA. LAPD HQ, this was at 11:45 p.m. Last night, Wednesday night local time here in Los Angeles. It is currently Thursday, July 1st at 1:46. Our bomb squad officers were in the process of seizing over 5,000 pounds of illegal fireworks in the area of 27th Street in San Pedro. Some of the fireworks were being stored in our bomb squad trailer as a precautionary measure. Unknown at this time what caused an explosion. They blew the bomb up at like 7:30 p.m. local time. It was still daylight out. You could see the sun was setting. The sun sets around like 8 here now in June. Unknown at the time what caused an explosion. Fucking, you can't make this shit up. If you guys are not on Twitter, I'm never really on Twitter, man, but it is just a shit show inside of a fuck factory of trolling. It is fantastic. Maybe you should consider prosecuting the LAPD bomb squad who actually detonated the fireworks. Hey, now have some faith in the process and let the investigation throw a handful of low-ranking police officers under the bus, officers who will quickly be rehired in other police departments. Yes, the fireworks were illegal, but that is an entirely separate issue from deciding to detonate a bunch of them in the middle of a neighborhood and injuring over a dozen people. Someone other than LAPD needs to investigate that. If this was indeed a planned detonation, then all those in charge need to be arrested and charged for endangering the public in 100 different ways. You do not do this in the middle of the neighborhood. Oh my God. This is the greatest. Oh, thanks. I'm sure LAPD will get to the bottom of how LAPD created a truck bomb. I can't even. Fucking Twitter. I'm asking the people who blew up the neighborhood to figure out how the neighborhood blew up. Okay, anybody coming in late that needs to see the footage again? Quote, I have asked the people who blew up a city block to be extra hard on anyone with fireworks because fireworks might blow up a city block. All right, let's play the I'm going to play the footage again. All right, here we go. So they found 5,000 pounds worth of explosives. They shipped most of them off site with a forklift. They were on pallets and a truck and got them off scene. There were 10 pounds worth of very unstable, like Coke size can fireworks that the bomb squad deemed too unstable to transport. So they decided to blow them up on scene in the neighborhood. Here's the result. I've never seen anything like this in my fucking life. Can anybody tell me if this has ever happened in the United States? Miss Mia Lynn and Bell saying, exactly, these were bombs in tiny pressure cookers. There was a huge pressure container. So you guys all remember the Boston Marathon bombs where they had pressure cookers. When you put stuff in compressed areas, the explosion is even greater. Now, where could we find that as confirmation of Johnny Five-O's facts? Where would we find that if you compressed gas, it'll create more of an explosion? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? No, not Taco Bell. A car engine. Thank you, Big Rooster. If those of you that do not, I don't know much about car engines, But I do know that they spray either through a carburetor or now obviously everything's fuel injected. They spray fuel into a closed container. The cylinder comes up, compresses it, and the spark hits and the pressure. What people don't realize is you're having massive controlled explosions inside a fucking car engine all fucking day. Unless you have a Tesla. That's a different story. Or a Prius, bitches. Prius has both internal combustion and electric. So when you compress gas, it creates a greater blast. I don't know much about physics, but as Bell says, common sense in middle school science class teaches that. You guys. All right, so let's watch this a couple more times for those of you. So it was an 18-wheeler with a trailer with this thing that looked like there it is. Bye-bye. Yeah, exactly. That Peterbilt was $250,000 for that fucking cab. So those of you coming in late, the LAPD bomb squad finds some illegal fireworks that are too volatile to move. I don't know how they got to this guy's house. Maybe he made them on scene. I'll just to play devil's advocate and a bootlicker. Maybe they were created on scene. I highly doubt that. It seems like they were all of them were transported from out of state. All we are is dust in the wind. Exactly, Ben. Taxpayers of LA just lost $400,000 in equipment because of stupidity. Now the LAPD will ask for a budget increase. Yep. And how many people are deaf? Exactly, JJ. And cops still want to fucking draw a gun on a fucking dog. Narnian Railway, LAPD, just for your information, that is why black powder packed in a closed metal cylinder is called the pipe bomb. The Moto Maniac, they needed a massive explosion for fear-mongering to keep justifying their extortion, but couldn't get one naturally, so they created one. Does anybody think that this might be a false flag? Press 1 if you think that this could have been contrived to keep everybody scared and to keep LAPD I don't know. I'm not saying that that's what happened. Johnny F.A. thanks for the super chat. The police tape protected everyone. Exactly. This is why I said in the last live stream, I'm like, when police tell you to move back, it's not arbitrary. It's not 10 feet. So I'm not taking the police's side. I'm taking my multiple defense attorneys' side that have said, dude, when if there's a minor fender bender with two cars that had a traffic collision, that's one thing. But when you have a scene like this, You can argue the Glick versus Cunniff 10 feet rule all you want. The court actually never ruled that 10 feet was safe. It just ruled that the guy who got arrested was 10 feet away and he was exonerated. So that does not, it's a little bit of a stretch, but Sean Schwarzengrabber, I thought they were all smarter than that. That's why they're on the bomb squad. Plus, listen, America loves to invade foreign countries. So you know that these guys had a lot of experience in Iraq and Afghanistan. You know that there were guys with actual experience, not textbook and theoretical. And here's what the computer models. So these are guys that had actual real world experience of blowing up bombs overseas. Damn, a lot of conspiracy fucking people up in here. I don't say that I mass killer, they get trained by the military. No, I think there's fucking former military that are on the fucking bomb squad. I don't think they're trained by the military. I mean, I think they get trained by the military, but I think they're actual, especially in a city as large as Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Dallas, Miami. I mean, I guarantee you. The West are imperialist shitbags. Nietzsche's ghost. Oh my God, John Henry. The guys with experience are smart enough not to get on a municipal bomb squad. Oh. Anyone get harmed? Yeah. There's 17 people injured, including 10 cops. And countless fucking dogs and cats and they are trained by military experts. There's no former military bomb squad guys on the bomb squad. Can somebody go, like, there's got to be, there has to be guys that worked overseas. Eggy says, isn't that thing made to handle explosions? Yeah, that's listen, I don't want to go on a conspiracy theory rant, but I think the people that run the world's part of the campaign against humanity is to keep everybody scared, to keep everybody broke, paycheck to paycheck, no health insurance for Americans unless you're really, really rich and well off. So even if you are making six figures, you're killing it, you're doing well, you are one major injury away from living in a fucking van down by the river. So now, so you guys remember, listen, so you guys remember, how many people remember, I mean, I'm also from Los Angeles, but I was living in the desert at the time. How many people here remember the shootout? I think it was April or May of 1997, where Larry Thomas, Larry and Emil Mediterranu robbed the Bank of America on Laurel Canyon, north of Victory, right across from the Del Taco, where they had full body armor down to their ankles. They had AK-47s with armor-piercing rounds. You guys remember that? The North Hollywood shootout? How many people don't? Let's see. I can pull it up. February 28th. All right, let's see. All right. February 28th, 1997. All right, let's click over to this. Whoopsie. Nope, not that.
SWAT is being notified. Code 3. All officers stay down. Shots are being fired from AK-47.
At that time, I was assigned to the SWAT team.
Multiple officers hit.
Does anybody know who
At that
does anybody know who this is?
time,
Who knows who this is in relation to my channel? Rick, oh, I know you guys can read. Congratulations, Rick Massa. Rick Moskilla. All right, wait just 1 second. You ready?
Record.
Great. See no more.
Taking pictures.
Sure you did. It took off. Tent for
Down the street here, sir. If you
everything. Sorry. Okay.
in that regards, he does have a right.
Look who it is, you guys. This jerk off. This is the guy who killed Emil Metaserenu. This is the guy who's like, well, we got a call, so we have to ID you. Rick Massa.
Investigating what that radio call was.
Okay.
So in that regards, he does have a right to find out. And you were the one
And
you were the one that was described in that radio call.
Wearing
So-
all black until something darker comes along.
So the officer responding.
This is cop-splaining 101. This guy's a fucking idiot.
I was assigned to the SWAT team.
Multiple officers hit. Multiple officers hit.
They had no care for.
Okay, so all right, so just so they were shooting at the news choppers and the police helicopters as well. So I've talked about this multiple times on my channel. What occurred that day? In the bigger picture, what occurred that day in the history of policing? Somebody go. Sixth Estate, the cops got bigger, better guns. Don't ask me. Police became the military. Eggy got bigger guns. Maskilla, they militarized our police. You guys are good. Mike Jones, who? What's up? MRAPs. Who knows what the MR in the acronym MRAP stands for? And go. MRAPs are those big, huge, mind repelling, mine resistant, MR, mine resistant armored personnel. I think that's what it stands for. The MR stands for mine resistant. How many people have ever witnessed an IED along the 10 freeway, along any freeway inside the United States of America? The 95 going up and down the East Coast, north-south. Has there ever been an IED in the history of America? Roadside bomb? Not yet, exactly. That is the operative term there, kids. I like how you guys think. So, I'm not saying that there's a bigger picture from this incident, but I'm going to guess that LAPD is going to need a container 10 times the size now. Let's ask Google. Stinky Beach says I dodged one once. You guys are fucking... Both sides of the war is a racket. Both sides of the aisle gave them military equipment. War is a racket. You guys think that the both sides of the aisle aren't on the same team? Hawk fan, what do you mean about failed state? What part are you talking about? Listen, I'm sure you've probably hit. Listen, having driven around the Northeast in Jersey and New York City, there are some potholes in Manhattan that would probably be considered IEDs by some. More of a passive device than an active device. Richie Osborne found an IUD on the road once. Did you put it back in? Johnny F. Face, thank you for the super chat. Anti-terrorism task force is going to make busts up and down that street for years. Everything tests positive for residue. I'd be relocating. That's a really good point. No, I haven't called the PIO. I mean, I doubt I'll get anywhere here. Exactly, Christopher. Same bird, different wing. If you're some of the people that run the world and you have business that is the military industrial complex, you love war. The biggest reason that you love war is because you are arming both sides, the winning and the losing side, if there is even. PIO was injured in the unexplained blast. You guys. Oh, yeah, exactly, Dilbert. They're going to use this to buy bigger and better, Yeah, LAPD Captain Earl Kynette bombed political opponents. Google that. It was a while back, but he bombed political exponents, political opponents. Listen, war is good business. Not for me and you, and not for the poor guys that fucking come back fucking traumatized with fucking plates in their fucking head, but for the people that run the world. I have some movie theater butter popcorn, which I don't understand. Okay, I can go on a little Johnny 50 rant here for a minute. I don't understand the lure of movie theater butter popcorn. Now, if you've ever been to a movie theater, and if you've ever squirted the fucking butter container, it's not there. I don't think any cows were harmed in the making of fucking movie theater butter. It is pure fucking oil. It is like 5W30 fucking Quaker State. Miss Mia Lynn, maybe she can chime in. She was I think she has some experience there. RV Hopper, thank you very much. Found a squirt gun on the freeway, so the cops got super soakers. It has no fucking taste, Troy. Exactly. Where are my dogs? Who wants to see the dogs? Because they fucking love popcorn. ¿Dónde están los perritos? Poppy. Sirius Black. You got treats. We got treats. Treats for dogs. They love vegetables. Denise fed fucking Poppy a cherry tomato today. And she spit it out like 4 times before she realized, like, fuck, I guess I'm going to have to eat this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Here comes a boober bear. Where's your sister? Where's your sister? You ready? Her? Here. Serious. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Come over here. Come over here. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, here she comes. Poppy. Poppy's got a little boo-boo on her forehead. Oh, Jesus. All right, come here, Poppy. You're going to say hi to everybody. You're going to show them your boo-boo. She gets these tumors on her head that the vet said are harmless, but they break open the skin, and she likes to go run in the woods. Here, not that we have woods here, but we have some shrubbery. And she goes in there and gets her fucking... I get my head poked. I get my head poked open, chasing rats at like 2 a.m, doing perimeter patrol, trying to keep this fucking house safe. That's right. Somebody's got to. Daddy's not doing it. I got to do it. I'm a little girl. Both dogs are 7. Poppy just turned 7. Sirius Black turned 7 on 4th of July. Oh, also, happy Canada Day for everybody. I am an honorary Canadian. I spent a lot of time in Canada over the last 12 years. And fuck, I love Canadians. I love Canada too, but the Canadians are fucking fantastic. If you've never been to Canada, if you haven't dealt with Canadians, they're the nicest, sweetest fucking people. It is such a breath of fresh air, unlike fucking some Americans. They say people look like their pets. I don't have maybe after Santa Barbara. Fucking Ross Kahn. So Here's your treat. Oh gosh. Yummy. Yummy. Daddy. Daddy. Poppy is a pit bull Boston Terrier, and Sirius Black is what's called a Labradane, a Great Dane Lab. Yeah, LeBron's to go. Canadians, dude, Canadians have no ulterior motive. Like, they have this childlike innocence to them that is so fucking refreshing, man. I can't even, it can't be charted. So, I'm sorry, April Smith. She said her dog just has progressive lymphoma cancer. If it's any consolation, April Smith, if your dog was a rescue, my dogs were all rescues, man, and they probably would have been euthanized. Sirius Black has some real behavior problems. He likes to bite people in the fucking face. Both of these dogs would have been euthanized. And so from day one, from the kennel, or bonus days for shelter dogs. So if that's any consolation. Bing, bing. Also, thanks to Pollyanna. Pollyanna sent a PayPal, and Aaron, thank you very much for the PayPal. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Yeah, and I think, I'm telling you, man, I think rescue breeds, I don't know if you got to be a dog person. I think rescue breeds truly understand that they've been fucking rescued. You know what I mean? Like, they get it. So, who wants a shout out? Press 5 in the chat and I will shout you out. We're going to wind this down. We've been live for almost 90 minutes. Bayou Bandit, what's up? Becky O. Genocide. Schnauzer came from a kill shelter, Missouri. Carolina Kelly. Angel. Becky O. Standing Tall 710. You only adopt rescue seniors. That's added fucking bonus, Carolina. Mega 502, Brian Casey. Putin bowling with nukes. That's quite a moniker. Carolina Kelly says 5. Say something nice. Carolina Kelly. Not that I wouldn't have said anything nice prior, but anybody that's rescuing senior dogs, I did not know that. Thank you for informing us. That's a whole another level of service that I think we'll all be rewarded. I can't wait to see the parade of dogs that have been in my life from day one of my life that will be greeting me on the other side. Jules OG, Joseph Craney, Becken Hollow, what's up? Troy Pate or Pate. Shut up, Belle. Belle is trolling the fucking chat. Val Brooks, Linda Petrovich, Melissa Bolden. Occupational exposure to diacetyl among workers in microwave popcorn and food flavoring factories have been linked with respiratory problems and debilitating lung disease. I do not doubt that. I am completely convinced that we are being poisoned by our food supply. Anybody else think that, especially in the United States, anybody else think that the United States' food supply is poisoning us very slowly? If you want to go watch a video on what ingredients in food are banned from the EU and the UK, Canada's a total police state right now. Well, they're probably catching up. Jen Wow, what's up? Brian Casey, Fat Mike. Yeah, it's Mike Malloy's birthday, so everybody go over there and say hi. Thank you, chat. Big J 805, what's up? Exactly, Kim Sims. Rescue dogs are some of the most loyal animals. That's because they understand the bond. Nietzsche's Ghost, what's up? Jimmy James. Emerald City Transparency. So as a nurse, I wish I could have a rescue. I have 3 acres. Get on it, girl. All right. Trying to catch up in the chat here. Yeah, so Poppy's about a cunt hair away from going back on the e-collar. That's right. I said it. She's been scratching her head, so. I have a friend of mine who has massive food allergies, especially gluten intolerance. She doesn't have celiacs, but she has a massive gluten intolerance, which I also do, that I've acquired in my old age. And she said that she went to Iceland and she could eat the bread there because it's not fucking poisoned or processed or GMO'd or whatever the fuck you want to call it, like it is here in the good old Estados Unidos. What's happening with Ross Kahn? Bell for Freedom. She needs cold shower. Val Brooks. Shout out to my daughter Brooke. She's sitting next to me. So is her name Brooke Brooks? That's kind of fucking weird, Val. That's really weird, Brooke Brooks. Hey, Brooke Brooks. Brooke 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 Brooks Brooke 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 Brooke. In Iceland, food is organic and no hybridized wheat. Yep. Johnny F. Face, thank you for the super chat. My friend Steve rescues senior horses that don't sell at auction. Lets them live out their days chilling in his pasture. That's fucking fantastic. I've got a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine growing up. He's got a house outside of London and also in France. And he rescues greyhounds. He and his... Hi, Sirius Black. You're very panty. Were you out in the hot heat? It's probably in the 90s by now. I don't know. I live in a bubble. How about dogs? Sit down. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Oh my God, they both sat pretty at the same time. Fucking killing me. You guys are fucking killing me. You know that? Uh-oh. Yeah, I need to go back to Canada sometime soon. I need to go back to Europe too at some point. Canada, for sure. I love Canada. I have not been to Calgary or Edmonton. I've been all the other major cities. I have not been out to St. John's in Newfoundland. And if you've never heard people with the Newfie accent, Google that shit. It is fucking bizarre. Yeah, Sirius Black is about 100 pounds, 110 pounds. I don't know how many stone that is for those in the UK, chat. Do they allow convicted jaywalkers? Eggy, that's a really good point. I was actually driving from North Jersey, from my parents' house, back in 2010. Driving up to, I was doing 2 road shows back to back. I used to live my dream and sell cookware inside of Costco's. And the Canadian shows were 14 days each. And I was doing St. John, New Brunswick, which I didn't even know New Brunswick was a fucking province. And that was a brand new store. They'd never even seen Costco up there. Costco's Seattle based. They're based out of Issaquah, Washington. And then from there, I went up to Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, which is right across the bridge from Halifax. And fuck, man. Fucking so beautiful. Fucking, if you've never been to Halifax, Peggy's Cove, unbelievable. I think I've showed you guys pictures that I shot at no, Brian, it's not St. John, Newfoundland. It's St. John's with apostrophe. St. John is in New Brunswick. St. John's is in Newfoundland. Harvey Hopper, working for Costco. Thank you for Super Chat. I used to load ripped bags of dog food every week for a dog rescue. She loved me. Her name was Lisa. It was for pit bulls. That's fucking fantastic. Listen, I think Costco is a fucking great store. I mean, you guys know I love shopping at Costco. One of the reasons I love shopping at Costco is because they pay their workers a fucking living wage, and the CEO makes like $50,000, something ridiculous, or maybe like $200,000 a year total. Like that's Craig Jelinek or something his name is, whom I've met in Utah. I was doing a road show there. They had opened a new store in South Jordan, Utah when I was up there. That is not Belle on the wall. That's actually the blonde is actually a girl named Nicole. Beautiful. That's from Salt Lake City. 5'10", stunning. Well, she's actually a photographer now. Love her. That middle shot is a beautiful model. Also turned photographer. Her name is Tiana. And she's originally from Buffalo. She lives up in the Bay Area now. Just super. She actually photographed me and Mrs. 50's wedding back in 2014. And then the girl on the far right, her name is Olia. She is from Russia, Mother Russia. She is from Leningrad, also known as the new term of St. Petersburg. Sort of like Constantinople and Istanbul. I don't know if anybody caught that. Price Club Costco member since 84. That's impressive, Craigslist. Real News Now, Scully. What's up, dude? Welcome, bananas. Yeah, no, I want to go back up to Canada. I really want to go back up to Canada. My ultimate dream is to go up to Banff and Jasper. If you've ever been to how many people here have been to Glacier National Park in Montana? Freeman's picture is on his desk. What does that mean? Is that for a spank bank, Fache? Come to London, Ontario. Wunderbars on me. Yeah, Mega 502. I told you I've been to London. There's 2 Costco's in London. Yeah, Belle's going to start a new channel for herself. 93 in North Hollywood. It's fucking hot. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm C veteran. Fashe, sorry, I meant nightstand. All right, let's click over here. Here's some pictures of Banff National Park in Alberta. Just ridiculous. The fucking color of the water is fucking ridiculous. Autumn, Houston, LAPD Lieutenant Melody Hainline. Was that the? I'm guessing that was the one speaking to the press there. My good friend Bogo's acting very, very weird and hush hush about this. Not her typical self. Oh, absolutely, Autumn. Send me an email. Listen, Glacier National Park in Montana, which actually borders Canada, is pretty fantastic. And Banff and Jasper are like Glacier on steroids. Fucking Northern Lights. Lake McDonald. You guys, this is one of my favorite fucking shots of fucking Glacier National Park. This is Lake McDonald, which is on the southwest shore. And so the red rocks, these are all volcanic rocks. The red rocks were formed when it was lava that had oxygen in it. And then the blue rocks were formed from lava that there was no oxygen present in the atmosphere. So that is the difference between the red and the blue rocks. And when they get wet, it's just fucking, it's just sexy and fantastic. I've got lots of shots of Lake McDonald. So yeah, I would love to go back up to Canada sometime soon. Who can we stay with? Who can? Fish Lake in Plain, Washington is epic. Never been there. Oh, so let me show you. Oh, what is that? Wacky. Hold on. Let's see. Albums. Where is it? It's got to be here somewhere. All right, hold on. No, that's not it. Trying to find photos of Peggy's Cove that I photographed back on Canada Day on this day in 2010. Oh, here we go. All right, who wants to see photos that I shot of Peggy's Cove? There we go. They're not as big as I thought they would be. There we go. Make them bigger. Oh, I'd love to come to Nova Scotia again. I did not get a chance to go to Prince Edward Island, which was definitely on the list. These fucking boats. These look like ass. Facebook compressed the fuck out of them. I'm such a fucking production snob. That shit is, I love this shit. These pictures look way better in Lightroom or Adobe Bridge. They look like ass here. With these fucking lobster traps here and the harbor mist. All right, these are, I love this. I love old weathered shit, man. If you like old weathered shit, Freedom 55. This was just my running around, clicking around with my digital camera. Here's all the floats for the lobster traps to know where they are. Fucking worn and weathered. It's just fucking fantastic. Lydia Sinclair, you're an hour away from Banff. Shoot me an email. We're coming to stay with you. Or we'll get a hotel. We'll grab lunch. I don't know when we're going to be up there, but the problem is people don't realize this. Glacier National Park, they have a road that traverses it east-west that's called Going to the Sun Road. And sadly, what people don't realize is that road is not cleared until now, sometimes, from the snow, from the volume of snow that they get, especially at elevation in Glacier National Park. So you've got like July, August, and September. It starts snowing again in September sometimes at Glacier National Park. So I'm sure Banff and Jasper is even a far more narrow window of get it. This is one of my favorite fucking pictures that I've ever taken. This is of a boat filled with water, and you can see the fucking clouds and sky reflected in the fucking water in the boat. MC Veteran, I want to live where jigsaw puzzle pictures are inspired. Did you see any orca whales? No. I love this photo. See, one thing I don't like, here's the thing. Here, I get really weird when I photograph like landscapes and stuff like that. I don't want fucking people in my lands. Like, I want it to be as devoid of fucking humanity, because I think humans are like a fucking cockroach on the fucking world sometimes. So here's some shitty van and some jerk off standing around. I don't even want fucking power lines in my fucking videos. Some fucking rusty anchors. Yeah, I really want to see the Northern Lights. I just love this shit. The textures. Fucking moss and shit on the fucking south facing. I forget what those flowers are called. Pretty fantastic. Boo, 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 boo. All right, who wants to see some more landscape photos? Dogs don't. Dogs are like, we're out of here, dude. Johnny F. Face. J50 is going all Agent Smith from The Matrix. I don't even know what that means. Thank you, Becky O. Lupins. There you go, Futoy. Thank you. And all right, we're going to switch over to the johnnyolson.com website. Share. So there you go. Kind of hard to see because it's the fucking portrait framed on a landscape framing. Let me take me out of the equation. Make it bigger. That's what she said. So this is shot on a 4x5 camera. This is one of those old style cameras where you go underneath the cloth and focus. The negative is literally 4x5 inches. So this is down in La Jolla Cove. I lived in San Diego for a while. Brian, I love Vancouver. The people in Vancouver are fucking fantastic. The weather is just a little bit dreary for my tastes. So this is La Jolla Cove. This is probably a 4-second exposure. You can see the people. There's movement in the people. Obviously, I had the camera on a tripod, but if you look closely, you can see movement in the people. Also, La Jolla Cove. This is after the sun has set. What a lot of landscape photographers don't really realize is that after the sun sets is when the fucking light really fucking goes nuts. MC Veteran, I don't think that explosion took out power in the neighborhood. That is Scripps Pier over near UCSD, University of California at San Diego. And again, this is probably 15 seconds or 30 seconds. So what happens is the waves come in, the waves leave, the waves come in. The shutter is open the whole time, so it looks like smoke. It gives a really surreal quality to it. This is in Death Valley National Park. Here we have the rule of thirds. You guys know what the rule of thirds are because I've asked you guys before. Quite a bit of you know about the rule of thirds. It's a compositional thing. If you picture a tic-tac-toe board, you never want to put something in the center of a frame. It's static. It doesn't, you want to make up the mind for the viewer. So you want to put something in. This is not only in the upper third, but it's also on the right third. So it's, if you picture a tic-tac-toe, it's right, that's right where two of the lines would intersect there. So it's a very useful tool. A lot of cameras will have a grid imposed on it. You should use that grid, and you guys will learn how to fucking frame shit like a fucking pro. This is also shot. All of these are shot on 4x5 chrome, meaning slide film. Death Valley National Park, sand dunes. This is this is in Bennington, Vermont. This is where Robert Frost's grave is. This is right over, if you go from Albany, it's probably about an hour from Albany, New York. This is just the quintessential fucking New England with the leave. This is actually the church where my friend and I, we met a stock photographer who was literally following the trees changing color from Canada down to like South Carolina and Georgia. And he was processing his slide film in the back of his van, and he was on the road for like 2 months. I was like, fuck, that's amazing. Little tight shot of the fence. Who knows where this is? Also, what is the name of the river in this shot? Anybody? It's not the Cascades. It's not Colorado. Jay Watterson with the Snake River. King K13 had it correct as well. Grand Tetons. This is near Mount Hood, outside of Portland, Oregon. This is the Columbia River Gorge. If you guys have never been to the Columbia River Gorge in Oregon, the Columbia River separates Washington from Oregon. It is one of the most, even if you're up there in the wintertime when it's fucking raining, it doesn't really snow there. I mean, it snows up in the mountains, but it's temperate enough to rain all winter generally. One of the most fucking fantastic places in the United States. Different shot. You can see the long exposure, so it looks like smoke. Ba-bam. That is La Jolla Cove. That is dusk. This, all the headlights are on people's cars. This is after the sun has gone over the horizon. This is about a 15-minute exposure. So you see all of the waves. You can kind of make out the rocks here. But the waves are coming in, going out, coming in, going out, coming in, going out for 15 minutes. And you also notice there's a bit of a color shift. It gets weird without getting too technical. That's called the failure of the law of reciprocity when it comes in film, when you do really long exposures or incredibly short exposures. But it mostly applies to long exposures. It gives a color shift. This is all what's called ice plant. These are all succulents. They're like aloe, like they're like string beans that are like aloe. There's that tree that I photographed earlier, that first shot that I showed you guys. So Joshua Tree. This is in Joshua Tree National Park, which has the largest concentration of Joshua trees. Who knows where Joshua trees got their name? Anybody without Googling? I've got some stuff from Yosemite somewhere, Rita, but I don't have it on my website. This is on my photography website, RV Hopper. This is johnnyolson.com. So the Mormons saw the Joshua trees and they said that it looked like the extending arms of Joshua from the Bible. I don't know anything about the Bible and I don't know anything about what they're talking about, but I'm just repeating I'm sure Bell knows. I don't really have anything of Big Bear. I haven't really explored Big Bear enough up there. So as a nurse, it's really nice. Also La Jolla Cove. San Diego. If you haven't been to La Jolla in San Diego, you haven't lived. I mean, it is one of the most magical places. Also La Jolla Cove. La Jolla Cove. It's just, I mean, the rocks just drop right into the beach. It's just kind of ridiculous. More rocks and water. Ross Khan, thanks for being here. La Jolla Cove still. It just kind of seems like you're on another planet. I always like really surreal landscapes. Here we are back at the Columbia River Gorge as well. I forget the name of this. Littoral Falls. This is actually a 30-minute, as in a half an hour exposure. Most people don't think to expose film for that duration of time, but this was obviously on a tripod. This was dark. I mean, it wasn't pitch black, but it was dark. And so it was a 30-minute exposure of maple leaves. This is in Mission Beach in San Diego. La Jolla Cove again. Those rocks are deadly. That moss or algae or whatever the hell it is. If you walk on it, you're gonna die. I mean, you just slip right off of it. It's quite dangerous. La Jolla Cove again. You can see the long exposure. The water starts looking like smoke. Joshua was the leader of the Israelites during the Exodus through the desert to the Promised Land. The Mormons thought that the trees looked like the outstretched arms and called them Joshua trees as a god. Thank you. That's what I meant, Bell. I don't know. And if you've never been to North County, San Diego, around Carlsbad, Encinitas, I don't know what the these are I thought they were roses and then I thought they were carnations. They're what's called ranunculus, and very famous place, very surreal. Little Pea Soup Anderson's is right in the front there. Very, very, very beautiful. Very surreal as well. More Death Valley. You can see the shadows. Shooting late day or early day just gives you better shadows where it's not as flat of a light. The shadows just give it a different dimension than something at high noon. Exposure time is the shutter time. You have the shutter, your exposure, your shutter speed, and then your aperture. The aperture is sort of like the iris. Also, after the sun's gone over the horizon, is probably at least is probably at least 30 seconds or a minute. The interesting thing about doubling of time is that if you want to double your exposure time or double anything for that matter, the math works of like, 1 second, 2 seconds, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256. So obvious. So if you had a 4-minute exposure, if you wanted to increase the exposure by 100% or a full stop of light, you would need to go to 8 minutes. So the difference between a 4-minute exposure and a 4-minute and 30-second exposure is almost imperceptible. So same thing when you start getting into 15 minutes, then if you want to increase by 1 stop, you have to go to 30 minutes. If you want to increase 1 full stop of light from 30 minutes, you need to go to an hour. So it gets a little time consuming once you start getting up there in the exposure times. So La Jolla Cove again, you can see how surreal the light is because the sun is behind the clouds there. And this is probably at least 15 seconds. And just looks like smoke. And again, these are all shot on 4x5 camera, so the negative size is 4x5 inches. So the enlargements on these is unbelievable. If you blew these up, that's that same tree again. The reverse shot of sun going down La Jolla Cove. San Diego's fucking unbelievable. And there's La Jolla Cove again. But just look how surreal. Look at how the water, you can't even tell where the water is and where it starts and stops. And this is probably 15 seconds, 30 seconds. Most people think Charlton Heston led the Israelites to freedom. I love this shot. This is one of my favorite photographs that I've ever done. This is a 15-minute exposure. This is after the sun has gone down over the horizon and the waves are just crashing in, coming in, going out, coming in, going out, coming in, going out. And it's just absolutely surreal. And the failure of the law of reciprocity starts turning it blue, which is just unbelievable. That's just one of my favorite photographs. So, boom, boom. This is around Vermont. Also, probably about the first, second week of October. Maple tree. This is a waterfall from the Columbia River Gorge in Oregon. And that's that. That's just a little sample. So, so I've been shooting pictures for quite a while. So that's where my activism comes in too. And that's why when people say, hey, why do some people go to like a tow yard or a private business or a weed shop that's not a government? You're not testing government. Well, you are actually testing government because the police or sheriffs are going to show up. But I like fighting for the rights of photographers. And if you've ever, I mean, I've been harassed shooting models all throughout Hollywood and stuff, and I just get sick of fucking hearing bullshit from people. So I've been to Yosemite a couple times, Roxanne. It's pretty fantastic. I think Ansel Adams killed it, knocked it out of the park. If you guys are familiar with Ansel Adams's work, Ansel Adams shot on an 8x10 camera. So the negative was 8x10 inches. So you can imagine. So if you've ever seen enlargements of serious, if you've ever seen enlargements of Ansel Adams' work, the tonal range is fucking ridiculous because there's so much information on the negative of being 8x10. Also, if you've ever seen a dark room and you see, like, you put the paper, you're underneath the red light, and black and white dark room, not a color, and you put down the paper on the fucking thing, and then you have the enlarger up above with a negative, and you focus it, and you get it, and you shine it for 10 seconds or whatever you do, and then you put it through all the chemicals. Ansel Adams' negatives were so large that he had an enlarger, and he would put the fucking paper, the enlargement paper, on the wall. He would tape enlargement paper on the wall and cast like a projector because his negatives were so fucking big. It was pretty interesting. All right, you guys, that's it. We've been live for 2 hours. LAPD doing a bang up job in South LA. Great job. I'm going to go do some editing for a video for tomorrow. Thanks, you guys, for the love and support on the latest video of that guy and that head wound and that traffic stop. And, and I really, in hindsight, and Bell brought this to my attention. In hindsight, I really should have, rather than just MFing the cops, I really should have tried to explain why they're being such jerk offs and telling me to move back because they don't want me on the scene. So, but sometimes you just get in the mix, so adrenaline kicks in and you get fucking pissed and they're asking you ridiculous questions like, hey, do you mind turning off your camera? Yeah. So, that's it. So check your PayPal. All right. Sorry. Awesome. Thank you, Lydia. Hold on. It doesn't let me read the whole thing. But yes, it said something about email. So yes, thank you for the PayPal. Thank you everybody for the super chat. Thanks for just being here. Appreciate you guys. I just wanted to go live. Also wanted to give this channel a little tickle on the algorithm and put some new content up on it. So also I've been uploading a lot of my big videos from the main channel. I've been uploading them over here just to have them in a secondary spot and to just keep the algorithm, keep content fresh on this secondary channel. So so maybe I'm thinking about the possibility of creating a whole dedicated YouTube channel. We've talked about this before of photography. So I might even think about turning this channel in a year or two, I don't know, into photography. Would you guys be interested in that? Hopefully you would. So we'll see. So thanks everybody for being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks for spending part of your Thursday. It is 3:06 p.m. here local time. It's about 90 degrees in North Hollywood and warm. Bruce from down under. You looking for a beating, cunt? That's the line that me and Lungshot and Adam use over and over on the gaming channel. You looking for a beating, cunt? So yeah, you guys go and spam away comments on my channel that you guys are looking for subscribers, and go share the love. And looks like Bruce is looking for a beating, cunt. Any Americans? Exactly, Dilbert. Some cunts just need baiting. How close are you to your drone? Pretty close. Probably only $100, $150. I'm going to be buying a DJI Air 2S, but I want to buy a bunch of extra batteries. The batteries themselves are $100 each, but they're absolutely worth every penny of that. If you guys have ever been out photographing, you're only as strong as your weakest link, whether it's your memory cards, whether it's your batteries, whatever it is. And there's nothing worse than if you've been going up, say you're going up the coast to California, you're shooting like Big Sur, fucking ridiculous shit, sunsetting, and then you have, 3 batteries. The battery is only good for like 20 minutes or so. And then, you don't want to be sitting around having burned through 3 batteries and going, I don't have a 4th or a 5th battery. And I wish I did, because now it's fucking the best light. So you never really want to undersell yourself when it comes to that kind of dishing out money, because it's that money, you make that money back tenfold for a couple $100 worth of batteries. So I don't know. So far, I borrowed a buddy's. He had a Mavic Air 2S. It was pretty great. I really like it. So get the controller. Don't use your phone. Yeah, I've heard that those are better, but I think those are like $700 just for that controller, I think. Golfing in space. Have you ever audited NASA or SpaceX? Yes, on both. Yeah, I don't doubt that they're hoaxing. I think there's some fuckery afoot there. If you go onto my channel, I have a video at SpaceX where they followed me around and gang stalked me in these unmarked Jeeps. And I was at the NASA JPL lab in Pasadena, up on the north end of Pasadena. So hi, Sirius Black. You want to say hi to everybody? You want to say hi and say goodbye to everybody? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If you ever, Tom Zebra rode his bicycle across the SpaceX fucking lot, because everybody's on bicycles. It's sort of like, it's sort of like if you've ever been on a, come here. It's sort of like if you've ever been on a movie lot like Paramount or Sony or any of the lots on LA. People, because they're so vast, people drive. They drive golf carts around mostly, but a lot of people ride bicycles around. And because there's so many bicycles, Tom Zebra just got on his bike and just rode right across the fucking SpaceX like he owned the. Nobody questioned it because he was on a bike, and there were like another 30 other people on bikes there too. Poppy, hi Poppy, what's going on? You keeping the perimeter safe? You gonna check everything out? Say goodbye to everybody. Say goodbye. Yeah, Poppy. I'm Poppy, and I approve this message. All right, you guys. I'm going to be working on a video for tomorrow, hopefully. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Poppy is going to be. Come here, Poppy. Come here. Come here. Poppy's going to be having surgery on her eye. She has a fucking. We've been putting it off for for a little while, and the vet says it is time. She's got this growth right on her lower eyelid there that's getting too big. So yeah. So we will see. We will see. All right. That's it, you guys. Thanks everybody for being here. And that is it. I will see you guys later. Thanks for being here. I love all of you, except that one guy.